Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this hour. You are welcome to the 92 edition of Investdata Academy Live with Ambrose. And also welcome to the second half of the year. Same time, yes, those that also attended the master class over the weekend, I want to appreciate you all for your time. And I know that you really have value for your money. Not only that, you are really hit I believe that you have hit the market running this morning, because I said it in that class that the difference between you and those that do not attend is for you to take action. Action makes the difference. And I believe that this morning, as discussed, you're already in the market taking what? Picking those stocks that are as discussed to what to look at the next 90 days, 91 days to see what come out of that portfolio. And I tell you that, as I've said, those stocks that will double price, within the second half of the year, between now and December, I think you have access to them. This is time for you to start what accumulating and also be looking forward for capital appreciation. But I always say, as you invest, always use your stop loss. No matter the market you are trading, stop loss is very, very important. Your investment objective and your goal will also guide you to know exactly what you are doing in the market. It's not a time for you to guess at all. It's not time for the guesswork in any form in the market, because I will tell you that the market we are seeing today is different from the market we have seen in the last 2 years, even pre-election year. And also the second half of the year, yes, globally it remains very dicey and also gloomy, blinking, some form of but I tell you, our market here also has some dicey outlook. But I'll tell you, despite that, opportunity are still here in the market locally, and that opportunity we have shared with those that attended the Q3 master class, which you can also hear in this class. Also, I'm going to discuss how you can also invest in this market. Are you an investor? Are you a trader? Are you a one day trader? Are you a 1 week trader, or a month trader? We're going to discuss all in this class today. As usual, before we go into discussion, I want to look at what the market is doing globally to speak now. The global stocks are really trading mixed at this moment, with Europe equity looking up on energy stocks or shares opening on a higher note this morning, ahead of what? Ahead of inflation figure being expected in that climb. Also, US stock in red. All the three major indices of US market are in red as we speak. While that of Asia market, I'll tell you, they are mixed at this moment. It tells you that, you see, the fear or the increasing fear of slow economic growth and also recession have continued to influence investors' decision, even consumers' decision of confidence, because of what is happening in Ukraine. And Russia has continued to also influence the price of crude oil. Not only that, commodity price has gone up as a result of oil price remaining at what? Above $100. To speak now, oil is trading around 111.4 dollar per barrel, even as oil price continues to oscillate. Yes, like other analysts in the market globally are forecasting that that this oil price we are seeing is going to hit as high as 380 if care is not taken. If that means, tell you the kind of strategy you use to trade the market, knowing that oil price has influence in a lot of activities in the economy globally and right down here. That you, as an investor, you should know which sector you should be looking at. As I said that this morning, that the move in energy stocks are also impacted the market in Europe this morning, because of what? Those stocks are looking up because of what? Position taking ahead of what? Ahead of anything that is around the corner, globally, because of those companies that have their financial year as what? As December, we're looking at to see their half year result. Those that has March, those that as the month of June has ended, or looking forward for another round of any season, and that we expect the impact of crude oil price above 100 to reflect and also impact the earnings of most of the oil, energy, or oil and gas energy companies' performance, despite the increasing cost of production or cost of activities, that because of inflation here and there and high interest rates, but we are still seeing potential in this oil sector. For that, you can see this morning price also has changed the trend in the global market as we speak. This is for the market. That means you have to continue also to look at what is happening globally. Like I said, it's obvious that because of rising inflation or rising interest rate in in pre-election year here back in Nigeria, the second half of the year 2020 is different from first half of the year. Just as 2022 market performance or trend or direction is different from totally what we saw in pre-COVID-19 era and in 2020 and 2021. The market we are seeing today is quite different, and that is why what has happened prior this time and what is happening currently are differently. You can see that the rate of market move changing up and down, general market in terms of Osher index, and at the same time you see the rate of individual stocks going up and down. And you can see that we have a lot of shorter movement than the bigger movement in the recent time. Volatility has increased this period. You see that these are the things that have made us know why. You can see that leaders are the ones people are looking at attention now, and we're having more leaders, more new leaders in the industry, different industry now. These are the things that are changed from the previous environment we have when we were talking of 2020, 2021, and also pre-COVID-19. You can see this has changed the market entirely in 2022. For that, you need to have this at the back of your mind so that when you are taking your investment decision, you are being guided by information. You are not just following the bandwagon because you are in the market world to make money. And that is why those that attended the masterclass, I will tell you, they also be going to also to invest wisely and also be smart to the bank at the end of the day. But for us today, we want to look at in using price action in technical analysis. Traders or investors must understand three key things in order to buy at the right price and also sell at the right price. When I mean right price, buying at the right time and also selling at the right time. So for you as an investor, there are things that will guide you to know exactly what to do in the market. After looking at the general market direction, you need to understand exactly where is the market position. Because when market is on a random movement, you can be confused at times. But with the help of your price action and at the same time, the trade I'm going to discuss this morning is going to help you to know exactly where the market is and what you should do when the market is in that position or in that mood. Actually, let me do the mood. When the market is in that mood, what should you do? Because when market is in a mood, it's also going to call for a different investment decision or strategy. When market is also trending up, depending when it's trending down, when it's trending, when market is being compressed, a different trading strategy at that point. That's why you don't invest and go and sleep. You invest and also watch the market, carefully, and also because unless you are kind of investor to go and invest for long term, fine. For those that are like me that are trading market every day, you want to trade, some few stocks, I mean that stock takes you to where you are going. It takes you time to watch the market. You know exactly the time to be in the market, the time to exit. You use all the necessary, trading technical tools and also strategies, like was shared in the masterclass. This will also help you to take informed investment decisions when it comes to trading. Yes, you know that everybody in the market has different motives. We have long-term investors, we have short-term investors, we have those that are really for different income. There are those that are purely in the market for capital appreciation. There are those that want to combine the two, capital appreciation and what at the same time trading. It depends on your investment objective. But in all this, these three key market mode is very, very important because when it comes to general market direction, it has to be in this mode. When it's in this mode, it calls for different strategy, as I've said earlier. The first mode is that if the market is on a reversing mode, when market is on a reversing mode, one may at a reversal mode, it's not like pullback or correction. That means market has rallied to a level, then it's correcting. And if it's correcting that you are touched, meet either a top, it's still the market will get to double top or triple top. And market get to that range or started coming down, pullback. It tells you that market is on a correction. What you do, you look for a strong support level at that pullback, because when market is on uptrend and it gets a stage and pullback, when it comes to a level again and gather momentum, when that market go back, going to surpass that point at a pullback, depending on what the market forces behind the movement. That is why also when we are looking at stock or looking at price action, we want to also look at other indicators to help you confirm the strength behind the strength. But I'll tell you, price action give direction. The indicator is there to confirm the strength behind the move. Either it's a weak one or a strong one. It always helps you to confirm. And when you see a buy signal, a sell signal, the indicator also helps you to confirm what the buy signal is. Is there a change in psychology? Is there a change in sentiment? Is there information? Because all we are saying is going to reflect what in the price action. Like I said, anybody that is trading equity market, any instrument, you must not use your price action because there's movement that will help you because market will always receive. But instead, that's why technical analysis is very important for you to also forecast the future from what you are seeing and what has happened in the past. Technical will make it easier for you. That's why I said the first mode you need to know at what the general market direction is. Is it in a reversal mode? You need to understand that. Is it in a compression, a compression mode or a sideways movement? But currently, I will tell you that if you look at the weekly chart of our market now and also the daily chart, I see that market is forming what kind of a sideways movement, looking for a trigger. But the good thing is that as we speak, market is trading above the signal line on both on the daily chart and also on a weekly chart. It tells you that this is a good thing for our market. I like exactly, if you remember what I said, before we went to holiday for last week, I said once market is able to break out 51,804, as we speak now, market is already trading above that. But once it breaks 50,000 technical line, that will confirm a new strength in terms of uptrend until it break out the 54,212. But for me, it's a good market we're seeing now. That means you don't need to panic at all. Like I said, when the market is on a reversal mode, pullback, correction, wait forward, like you said, don't catch a falling knife. You need to feel where the market to find what a support level. That's why you need to combine your price action and other market indicators to look at, but the technical indicators to know exactly. But then when market is side trending, as you currently see here, our market is side trending. You can see that at this point, market is moving in a sideways, as a rangy market. Here, because the market is consolidating at this point, waiting for a trigger either up here or a trigger down here. You can see that market go to this level. Here, it got to this level at the point that it pulled back, it reversed and broke out this point here and got to this level before pulling back. So I trend here, there. As we speak now, I say the market is in what in the distribution phase. Has not confirmed a decline, not a collapse and on trend. Also, you can also put that at this point the market is at the point of accumulation. This accumulation will be after accumulation. Is it going to be a markup? And be that any seasons around the corner. And don't forget that any season we are seeing, we're also expecting trade dividend from the companies. We know that yes, because the trade dividend comes with a kind of little payout, peanut in terms of payout. They don't fight market much, but I tell you, for those that are income investors, those are long-term investors, they take advantage of the trade dividend to position ahead. Even when they take they wait for what the full year of the company, because most companies in Nigeria, their full earnings or their full payout come at the end of the year, and that is where they pay really what really is say bulky and what's also most investors are looking. That's why any season is a period that you need to always watch, because any season comes with a lot of what intrigues, in terms of dynamics. Why I mean dynamics? During any season, we expect to see improved liquidity, we expect to improve momentum, improve what buying interest, at the same time, we improve market sentiment. The psychology of investors or players in the market during any season, you see, it becomes stronger because people want to see how the company they invested, how they have fared in the previous quarter, and also what they are likely to see from the forecast the future of the company. That is why this anything that is going to kick off any moment from the month of July. Lately, let's say before the second week of July, the early finals will start releasing the results. That also change the face of the market, and also what is happening globally. You see that the trend has changed because of central banks continue to work to high rate. But if we're expecting that the month of June inflation figure globally will start hitting the market also this month of July, it is those figures also that want to say where funds will be going. If we are seeing kind of a slowdown in inflation, fine, but continue to skyrocket or gallop the way we have seen before now, that there are some investment windows or instruments that people will naturally, even when they are looking for safety, to avoid, because you don't know how far it will go to gallop. And there are some social sectors that no matter what is happening, the economy, they are still going to be raking in some good profit that at the end of the day is going to impact on their bottom line. That is why you should also invest. Like the second one I said here, it is we want to know what the mode of money is. The market is the mode for the market. I've said that the first mode is what? Is it a reversing mode? The second one is it a compression or a sideways movement? You need to know when it's a compression or sideways movement. You need to wait to know exactly where it's going. That's why most of the time that it is not all the time that you need to be in the market. But now, where we are jumping into the market now, because we have seen that there's something ahead. That if earnings go the trend of the P1, might see a breaker. That's why I said I call it a distribution phase. At the same time, I say it's accumulation phase because market is trending on a daily chart. You can see it here. Even when you come up and look at a weekly chart, you can see that that same trend is also what you're going to see in the market. You can see on the same trend of a sideways movement on a weekly chart. But the thing is that last week we saw no, not the previous week we saw this this signal here in terms of candlestick, we call it a Utoji, say that market is on the decline. When you saw this kind of signal technically or using your candlestick, it's time that market is resisting decline. Which also you can see that the next week, which was last week, you can see that market, even though the gain was marginal 0.24, but market closed in gain, and also we saw improved sentiment of about 60, about 48% buy and 52% sell. I think that this is the main sentiment that for me it's not a bad one at this period. And also saw improved volume for the week that people are taking position in the market. That's the indication. Then the next one there, which is the last one, is a trending market, a trending move. Is the market moving? So is it on move? Is market trading? When market is trading, you can see from here. After market have kind of oscillated at this point, markets are trading at this point. What next was saw a pull, an uptrend here. This is what you want to also consider. Is the trend we are seeing? Is it the one that that usher in another at outbreak, another breakout? All these things you want to look at when you are looking at. Like I said, look at the trend. If market is trending, you are going to be trading another strategy that you look at. Is the market breaking out some resistance up? When market is around the resistance, like I told you, you want to take profit that or stay half over there. When they break it out, you jump back again. That's why I'm doing in an uptrend, different strategy is adopted in the market. When market is pulling back, it's a different strategy. And when market is on the sideways, different strategy. That's why I say you must always be in the market to know the market mood so that you know the right strategy to apply to stay ahead of the market. It's very, very important. This will also help you to buy right and sell right in any given market condition. It is also to help you to manage risk, knowing when to what, when there's a pullback, when there's also a breakout. With this also, when there's also a breakdown, because when market is at the support level, you know it's about to turn up. When it's at the point of resistance, we're going to break it or touch it and come down. When you know all this, we're going to manage also risk in the market. That's why it's very, very important as an investor to know exactly what is happening in market per time. Yes, thank you. Want to look at what is market doing at this point. No, this is a new week. I know this is the second half of the year. This is the second day, in the second half of the year. We expect, as I said earlier, to see a mixed trend, a dicey market, but I'll tell you, always look at the market trend and also look at what is happening to your portfolio per minute. This, in the same environment where the market is dicey and a mixed outlook, opportunity that will create wealth for you are there. There's a guy I just met online, we're discussing, he said, no, he traded only just two stocks, and that would really interest me. Two stocks, and he had time to be in the market, and he kind of, the moving average they used to trade that two stocks, and that two stocks year to date that they're saying international market is down. They had made good money because you know how to use a technical analysis, to know the time to be in the market. I think, I will take time again to discuss that with the first here, how to trade only two stocks, like those that are the matter criteria. The minimum to have in your portfolio is just 4 and a maximum of 8, no matter how much you are investing. But now there's a kind of strategy that if you are a day trader, but then only just to stop to achieve your target and you keep your eye in the market, you advance your knowledge, you go for training, you go for information. I'll tell you, even at the market is now, you can still also make well. There will be some spikes in different sectors. Now, also when markets are this mood, those leaders that are also pull back, it's an opportunity for you to buy them because those leaders will be the first also to bounce back when the market starts making an uptrend. These are the things you'll be looking at in this market as we speak. That's why I said at all time, keep your eye in the market is very, very important, no matter what is happening. Yes, at the state of the market, when I say, if you look at the market now, no market for me is on a marginally green. But if you look at the market bed, I say market bed is flat. When I mean flat, the top advancer is having a 9 gainers. Also, the decliners are also having a 9 decliner. You can see 10 gainers and 9 gainers and 9 losers. This I say is a kind of a flat market. But seeing that the index itself is marginally in green, to speak now, index is at 1,868.37, gaining 38.70, representing 0.07%, marginally up, slightly up. These are the state of the market. But as we speak, among the 9 gainers, you can see that UPDC is today the pack, followed by Academic Press. You can see, was also looking at Prestige Assurance, following the Academic Press. We have Consolidated Hallmark Insurance. Then we have also Venture Capital. Also on that list, we have Zenith Bank and Capri on the that gainer start this morning. On the loser chart, and you can see that Ambrose is topping the loser chart, followed by Unity Bank, CICO, me and Baker, and Japan Gold. These are the ones that are top the loser chart this morning. But I always say, don't look at the market without look at the volume. Which stocks are trading volume now and what is happening in that stocks. I speak now, transport we're talking in terms of volume, followed by GT Code, you can see UBA there, and so UPDC. UPD is the one leading the gainers, and also you are seeing on the tell that something is happening there. You as an investor also ask yourself what is happening, followed by what also selling bank. These are the main no volume that are moving the market, are supporting the market as we speak now. That's why that the volume in the market is also marginally small below the average traded as we speak. But don't forget that this is the we're still at the midday trading. We believe that before the market closes, things will food. But I believe that this is the hour to be in the market. If you trade that between 11 and 1, it's very, very important time for you to always be in the market to know exactly what is happening in the market. This is the state of the market now. But we look at what is happening in transport, look at the chart pattern of UPDC, look at what is happening at the same time in UBA, then we'll now go and look at what is happening in me and Baker that I tried to rebound yesterday. But this one, we are seeing it on the user side. Go to look at it. And also, we can check what is happening in the life of ICO. Then finally, look at GT Code. Why GT Code is not featuring among the gainers and why we're not seeing bank install among them. Look at what the state of the bank there. But look at Transcorp, GT Code, UBA, UPDC, look at ICO and me and Baker. It's time for us also look at what selling bank in terms of volume. These are what we'll be watching this morning, the kind of stuff we'll be looking at their chart. But pick one, our normal, want to look at the market, looking at using another indicator to see what the market is doing, because this is live market. The psychology of the traders and the investors all are being displayed at this moment. We want to see what is happening now this at this time. Let's look at all our C line up. Very, very important to us in this class because it gives us the buy signal and the sell signal, and it's way to know if there is strength in the market, if the market or if the Russia index is trading above it and also trading below it, you know whether there's strength in the market or not. It's very, very good. Our T line remains, it is exponential. Come here and take position. See, gradually you can see what I told you earlier that the market is flat now, but still trading on top of what on top of the T line. Market is not doing badly as we speak at all. But what will make sure that the market come down here, but the market must break down the 50,000 mark before we can say there is danger, there is panic, there is fear. As far as market is trading above 51,000 mark, for me it's not a bad one. But if you look at other indicators to speak in this market, they are confirming a positive trend. If you look at MACD is always looking at the point of crossing over to confirm a bullish trend. That means the index that has rebounded, the backing activities show that momentum is increasing. Once it runs downward, and money flow in this morning is also looking at or looking up. For me, it's not a bad one. Money flow has come back to almost 34 from as low as almost 20. For me, it's a gradual one. If this is sustained to the end of the market, a market cross 52,000 mark, for me, say that strength has come back to the market, which is good for what? For investor. It's very, very good. For me, let's keep our finger crossed, especially ahead of any season and the economic data that will give us information how to work to rebalance our position, especially as oil price continues to oscillate in the international market, going up and down. It's also a plus for the market. Don't forget that our market moves the same pattern with the oil price. If we are seeing that oil is likely to hit 380, but not we're not saying this year, as far that the sanction on Russia is there, we're seeing that OPEC is not increasing their output as much as we expected to bring down price. This also have a way of flexing oil producing economy activities, and at the same time boost our own local reserve international reserve to attract foreign investors if oil continues to that direction. But I believe that this is time for our local companies here to look forward, because as oil price going to go up, our naira will also continue to struggle the way it is, and that will be good for any company importing anything into Nigeria. Then doing backward integration is very, very important. And when your product is the type that you can pass your cost towards to consumers, you are in a safe haven to a level. But it is When inflation becomes too bad, that is another thing. But the level inflation will go to, it will lead to what? Even depression. And even when you manufacture, nobody is picking your stock automatically. Bring your goods to affect sales, and that will also bring another downturn, even recession that people are afraid of already. This is what you should know. Yes, we have seen the market position now. This on a daily chart, but because we are looking at let's quickly look at the month, how the month of June closed on our chart here. You can look at it. 1 month is okay. We don't have to 1 month in this chart. If there's 1 month, fine. Look at 1 month chart. It's a very good one. See what happened in a month. You can see that the market is still very bullish on a monthly. That's why the little pullback here. You can see the month of April and May of can see volume that we just saw for the month of June. Can see but money flow is looking down on a monthly basis. For me, let's keep our finger crossed. The market is not doing badly and starting the new month on a strong note. Let's see how it goes. Even on our speed now on a weekly chart, the market is still trading above the T line. For me, it's a good one. And even when on the weekly chart, MACD has confirmed that the market is marginally weak. You can see it here crossing down. And money flow is not giving us a direction at this level. But let's go back to our day chart to continue our discussion. Yes, want to look at this for the market. Let's look at 1 hour chart for the market. Very important. On a 1 hour chart, I tell you why 1 hour chart is very important. It gives you what is happening as the market continue activities on every 1 hour. On every 1 hour for the market open, market has been in the green on here, can see here, and also flat trading on top of the T line. Market does not break down the T line, does not cross it up, but on top of the T line. And if you look at your money flow on a day chart, on our chart, you can see it's also very strong and for the market. See it here, that's crossed from up, it has not even crossed down. The momentum is still there, but now flat somehow. But let's watch and see where the market will go from here. That is the good one for the market. Quick one, I say let's start with Transcorp, the first one there. What is happening in Transcorp? We want to look at it. Transcorp is the stock to look at. You know that this stock might be doing somehow now, but I tell you, this stock is a watch with good quotation so that cash is not available. But if cash is available, it's not that will pay good dividend. It's not that have any picture of free for almost 35 people. But since Q1 also looking up again, let's see how they are going to look at. But I tell you there's potential in what in transport. It's a stock to watch. As far as also to related oil business, they're into agriculture, and these are the sectors that are driving the economy. Agriculture, they're into business, they're into a lot of things. Services also are seeing because of election year, a lot of activities for hospitality business in Abuja, where they have their headquarters for their hospitality angle of their business because of their. For me, I see a lot of potential in that company, and the price is selling is just small. And if their oil well is among the ones approved, you see more activities. Also, they are also buying a movie asset, as a last time. If that also fly for them, it's a stock for you to watch for long term. The price is good. On a 1 hour chart, the stock is as we speak now, there's a little pullback here, but considered but still above the T line, and we can see that the money flow is not flat and the MACD is still positive on 1 hour chart. But let's look at the day chart for the stock, what is doing on the chart. On the chart, it just crossed the T line, still below it slightly, but you can see that the test crossed the bit and come down. And money flow is going down, phone is entering, and MACD is also trending towards crossing the red one up. You can see it here. If you look at this histogram from here to here, it's a very good one. If you look at the chart pattern of the stock, there's a strong pattern here. Let me just draw this chart. It's very important to also look at pattern when we are trading the stock. This will call. Okay, let me go back and take the take it here from here. Okay. Just need to draw it so that you know that chart pattern for this stock for me is very positive. You see here, come here again, and move from here, draw another trend line. See this is a descending triangle that is a continuation chart pattern, either up or down. You can see what the stock has for. For me, it's a good one, and this one is the chart pattern. For me, it's a good one for the stock. That's what I'm seeing. Once you're able to cross up here, you can see it here. My money flow is stock is money is entering the stock. It's a good one. Let's pick one. Let's look at this stock on the 1 hour chart. Stock on the monthly chart. It stays, you can see that it's slightly above the T line. You can see it here. See, but money flow from that still bullish on it. Let's keep our fingers for the stock. It's a good one to watch. Then let's quickly look at the UPDC most of our time. Look at what is happening in UPDC. What is happening in the stock. You see what should put our position and watch. Yeah, this is 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart, you can see this already a bullish candlestick, and this one is ready try to resist decline, but has not become bearish engulfing. You can see it went up here, try to resist it. I'm moving around 112, 111, open at this point. It's a good one. Let's watch and see where it go. And if you look at your MACD that confirm an uptrend here, you can see look at from here to here for this hour. You can see that the MACD histogram is looking up. It's a good start. And morning flow is already around 30. Once it cross 50, there is a strong rally for the stock. That is for a 1 hour chart. Let's look at the day chart and see what the stock is doing. On the day chart, you can see the stock, you can see volume coming out for the stock now. You can see where it is. And this is a company that turned positive, kind of return to profit in their first quarter. And don't forget, when there is inflation like this, housing estate or housing retail business is where people put money was to hedge against inflation. And not only that, it's a company that also is well managed now, have a new management that has a major stake there. For me, I believe that there's potential in UPDC, and also we see that as far as housing issue and also accommodation problem, this sector is also should look at. And also, I've been in that sector where we have Las Vegas. Yeah, don't forget that construction will continue, and even the property they have, if they are low income ones, might expect what will happen. And don't forget that after election year and also post election, this company because most companies or most of them looking at having property, during and after the election. That will also be important. We can see improved volume in this stock, and that we see also MACD looking positive and money flow turning up. Read above 50 around there, but it didn't cross, even when it pulled back, it didn't cross below. If you look at the T line, you can see that market is above the T line now. The price action is above the T line. For me, it's a good one. Before we call it today, because our time is fast spent, let's look at what is happening in UBA. UBA is another stock we should look at. This one of the paying bank, and the price has continued to forget and resisted to break down 7 naira 40 kobo. Yes, on the day chart, you can see what is happening in UBA. UBA can see like form of double bottom here and here. But a breakout of this will command a double bottom. But see, after bringing down this level, you can see here it is now. Tested this point, and that is almost here. The point that I tested is where it's forming the. You can see this point here, where this point here, and this point here. For me, the reversal is here in this top, and money flow for the entering UVA, and MACD is always turning bullish. You can see it here. Look at all this as a trader or investor to guide you, and I see the pattern has formed now. Coming back here now with this triple or even multiple bottom was in here. If it is sustained, a breakout up to confirm a new uptrend for UBA, and that is for that at this hour. But I know that UBA is being one of the business companies with a good spread, but have business offices outside the shore of Nigeria, well spread in most African countries, and they continue to expand. We expect that their numbers also will look good. Like I told you earlier that all the banking stuff, we expect them to their numbers to remain in the range of that flat and miss earnings we have seen in the first quarter. But with increase in interest rate, as from Q3, might see improvement in their number. But that's why I said they might not move much in this any season, depending on the number they post. But I tell you that this setup has some potential to support that banking sector. But don't forget, like I always said, target those commodity backed assets or stocks, and that would be a long way to support you But if the company is posting good number, you are sure getting good dividend. Good dividend and proper acquisition will keep you ahead of inflation. That's why I said equity can be used to hedge against inflation, but not all equity are used for what? For inflation. You must have those stocks that are used for inflation before you can go to them. There are some sectors that you are need to be at all time. And as I speak now, the change in the global trend, tell you that you need to move to those sectors that no matter what is happening, their earnings will be strong, their numbers will be strong, and also their volume price is going up. That is where it should be. And this sector is also part of what we discussed. And I know that I've discussed this sector here before. We're going to the future. We're going to discuss these sectors in this class. I will say a big thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your trading day, and welcome to another trading week. Entirely this week, I know that God will lead us, and as we trade wisely, we also grow our portfolio. But don't forget to always use your stop loss and take away emotion when taking investment decision. Thank you.